Hello and welcome to episode number 4 of my Hardcore WoW Challenge. Today we'll be starting another class, as per usual, and today we'll be starting a Gnome Mage. Before I get started, I'm going to quickly go over, in case this is the first time watching this video, we got 3 other episodes before this that kind of are the start of the challenge. But I'll quickly go over the challenge if this is your first video and you don't want to click away. I'll get the rules up on screen. Here we go. The rules are, if I die, I delete a character, the character that died. There's no auction house or trading with other players. No grouping with other players or getting help from other players in any way on purpose. No add-ons, no outside assistance. I'm not allowed to look anything up. And I can trade between my characters because the challenge is to get all 8 classes to 60 without dying. And that's my challenge. I've already started a warrior, paladin, and a hunter. And today we're going to start the mage. And so let's just jump right into it. I like this guy's hairstyle. Hamical. Sure. Hammy. I like Hammy here. Let's get started with him. All right. So let's get the notepad off the screen, and here we go. Just gonna actually bump up the music a little bit. I think. Anyway, so here we go. We're starting the Gnome Mage. Mages in WoW Classic. The rotation for a single target mage is very easy, so that's nice. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this mage. Obviously, the safe thing would just be frost and single target things down. So that's probably what I'll end up doing. This mage is also going to be my enchanter Taylor, so he'll be able to make a wand for himself and my other casters, if need be. Let's quickly do my interface stuff. I'm going to try and get it started done a little faster today. You know, try to see what we can do. I don't know if mage is, you know, going to be particularly suited to that, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, we're back in Dunmoreau, you know, so I've staggered the races to be so there's no same race back to back, but of course, Dwarf and Gnome are same starting zone, so we're gonna have a bit more Dunmoreau than anywhere else. Gonna be 4 characters in Dunmoreau, so yeah, we're gonna see a lot of it, but it's a nice zone, and Lochmadan's great too. But we'll be going, you know, moving around as much as we can, change things up. I'm gonna, you know, I'm trying to vary the play style and the exact route of my characters as much as I can. I mean, there's only so many things you can do differently in a given playthrough of WoW Classic, especially if you're not doing grouping or dungeons or anything like that. So we'll have to see how that ends up happening, but. You know, and, yeah. Something I have been toying with the idea of is making it so more than 1 hour per or, like, you know, more than 1 episode per class, you know, in a row. But the thing is that rested XP, accumulates, to a max of 10 days. And so if I'm, filming 8 episodes, if I'm filming on average once a day and releasing once a day, that's actually a pretty nice ratio of rested XP per character. That's getting near to the max rested XP every single time. So I kind of like that. But let me know what you think in the comments about that. About the kind of the cadence of different characters going out. I think at the start it's going to be pretty repetitive, but as characters are inevitably going to die as well, so that'll really start to stagger where each class is compared to each other. So that's going to really stagger it. Also, some classes are going to level probably quite a lot faster, and go different directions. So I think the variety will pick up for sure. And but yeah, we'll just have to see how that goes. And also, these first few episodes are, you know, under an hour. Just because I'm just deciding to get them on the starting zone, get to the first in, and that's the episode. But in the future, it's going to be a lot more variable in episode length, because characters might do different things. Each episode, it's not going to be the exact same thing each character doing, especially once people die and stuff. So yeah, not too concerned. The first 8 episodes are all going to be very similar and stuff like that. It gives me a chance to lay the foundation of the series and kind of get us off the ground. But hopefully things change as things go on. And yeah, and episodes might be longer later on. You know, I might have some 2-3 hour episodes, because you know, if I'm in Strangleborn Vale and I'm out questing and, you know, things are taking a little longer than I thought, I'm not just going to log out in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to wait till I get back to an inn. So pretty much every episode is going to start in an inn. We're going to set the objectives of the episode, and then we're going to log out in an inn. So, I mean, theoretically, every episode could be an hour then, because, you know, well, it could be any amount of time, because the Hearthstone could always go back to the end. But I'm going to try and get objectives done, set objectives, get them done, and kind of wrap things up. Probably try and keep episodes to an hour. I think that's a reasonable amount of time to expect me to play and for people to watch. I think it sets, you know, when you get up to 2+ hours every day, that starts to be a lot for me to play and for people to watch. So I'm pretty happy with 1 hour, but we'll see how things go. Things might change. Yeah. So going back to how mages play. Obviously, kiting is really well. Like, my brother was actually telling me about he watched a video of a mage. I didn't know about this challenge, like getting to 60 without even taking damage ever. So, which I find that very impressive. I actually haven't checked it out yet. I'm meaning to check out that video. Although that could be construed as research for this. No, I'm not. I don't have any illusions to never take damage. So mage, yeah, definitely has like, if you don't get yourself into sticky situations, you can definitely be very, very safe. You know, you have like long range abilities, slows, roots, you know, stuff like that. However, you know, it's especially, you know, classes like hunter, mage, you know, warlock, where you have so many good tools to not die. It's the real killer then is overconfidence. Because if you kind of get it twisted and think that you can do whatever you want, you will run out of mana. You will get, you know, dazed when you don't expect it, or a pat will come, or a respawn, or something, and you will die, and it will be for stupid reasons. So definitely, just because you're playing a strong class that has good tools doesn't mean you should take less care. It means you have a bit more buffer, bit more kind of wiggle room when it comes to when things do go wrong, and you might be able to level a little faster because you just have less downtime or stuff like that. But I didn't even drink that last water. Oops. But you really shouldn't be taking risks just because you can, kind of thing, you know. Yes. So mage, yeah, mage almost certainly I'll be going frost. Arcane's like practically unplayable as far as I understand in mage, especially leveling. It's incredibly unsafe and really doesn't do much for you. Fire, I've done fire single target, you know, like leveling as a mage before, and it's fun, you know, it's a bit more fun, a bit more things going on, crits and like instants and stuff like that. I think, oh no, like stuns and things. I can't quite remember if that was classic or wrath or what those kinds of abilities happen at, but the stock standard standby for leveling a mage is frost. You just have a lot of, you just deal plenty of damage, but at the same time you keep yourself very safe, and really it's where you find all the tools for survival in there. So we'll probably be doing frost. It's a bit boring, you know, but is what it is. And like I said in the last episode, this mage is going to be my enchanting and tailoring character. They'll be pretty useful for my other casters who haven't started. It's not why I chose to start mage first, just because I know I'm gonna make a gnome mage, so I knew I wanted to make a gnome next, and mage was kind of closer in the order of class list than warlock, so I made a mage. But it'll be nice to have the mage just a little farther, you know, one step ahead of all the other casters, to send them gear from tailoring and wands from enchanting. So that'll be nice too. So yeah, this guy's gonna be no gathering professions, which should make his leveling just a little bit faster, because gathering professions, they do slow you down, you know, they do take time. But if you're gonna do them, you might as well do them, because as you level up, because that saves some time. You don't want to go back to old zones just to farm if you're gonna be walking next to a herb anyway. Yeah. Yeah, going back to kind of the episode length and like the frequency of playing each character and stuff like that. At first I thought maybe this is just a bit too sporadic, you know, only playing one character for 1 hour and then playing all other 7 for you know, until you play around again. I'm like, that's too sporadic. But I think it really like lends itself to the rest of XP. But also, if I did any more, like even just 2 days in a row, that mean it'd be over 2 weeks between plays on a character, or at least videos on a character, and that's quite a long time. 8 days is already like a long time between characters. I think if I was going to do that, I would kind of not do all 8 at once. If you're doing all 8 at once, I think the best way to do it is just 8 in a 8 in a row, 8 days in a row, all 8 characters, and just restart that every day, every 8 days. But like I mentioned in I think a previous video, I can't remember if it was the last one before, but making like a day, maybe like a 9th day where I like do professions on all of my characters, or that kind of thing, or like kind of like an organizational day or something like that. I'm not sure if that would be interesting to watch. You know, I'm not sure, you know, if that would be something I should just like do off camera, and just kind of not publish that as like an episode for a day or something like that, or maybe like, you know, make an unlisted video where, so it's like content's all there, but you know, don't have to watch it kind of thing. It's like I'm not gonna talk too much over that kind of stuff. Not sure, because yeah, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm just like, this is gonna take so long. It's gonna be so many videos. Is that really a good idea? But it's more of like an archival purpose anyway. Like here, I should have bought some more water. I'm having to use my staff way more than I kind of would, you know, really like to. First couple levels here, but that's okay. Yeah, as we're getting to the 4th character out of 8, so we're about halfway through the first set of episodes, I'm definitely seeing that I'm gonna be running out of things to talk about. during these starting zones, and so there might be some just some of the episodes might just be no talking, no voiceover, anything like that. Just the gameplay, and maybe I might chime in from time to time to explain what I'm doing, that kind of thing. That might be a nice thing, you know. And you know, thinking about what these videos might be used for, you know, I'm kind of hoping that these are just kind of relaxing videos, right? Like just background noise, right? Like I never expect anyone to watch this series and really be focused solely on this video and this, and you know, and like, well, you know, watching every second of it, hanging on it all every second, because it's just not, you know, it's so brainless, especially at certain points in Classic, that there's really no point to doing that. I'm just gonna sit down here. But yeah, so the point is for it to be, I guess, a relaxing hour of content. And so having some time where I don't talk, I think is fine. Just the ambiance of the game. And speaking of that, like, you know, I would love to hear some feedback on just the levels of sound. You know, should the music be louder? Should the combat sounds be quieter or louder, or my voice should be quieter or louder, anything like that? Because I've watched the video, like I've watched the recordings, and I thought maybe, yeah, I mean, I thought game sound could be a little louder, and so I might try that here in this video, actually. Try and pump up the game sound a little bit to what it was. So actually, yeah, let me, after I kill this mob, let's go into the system settings. Go to sound. Let's bring down like this sound, and like bring down dialogue a little, and just see how that sounds. I like that. Like the music in WoW is great. Love having that as the background. Combat sounds not so much. Not the best thing in the world. So let's try this. Oh, I forgot to get the quandary. That's good. I have to go back anyway, right? Again, not really. Yeah, it's amazing how like, I don't think I'm playing poorly or anything like that, but speaking and kind of narrating and thinking about things and saying it out loud as I play even the starting zone, it definitely hinders my ability to focus on what I'm doing, right? Of course, which I definitely am gonna need to make that take a back seat sometimes when I'm out in the world in dangerous areas. Talking about random things like professions and stuff like that will definitely not be happening all the time as I adventure in dangerous areas like caves and stuff, because I definitely feel myself just kind of forget to look at my health and, like, you know, kind of zone out of what I'm actually attacking, what I'm doing, as I kind of talk about other topics. Actually, it's quite convenient. I leveled exactly to 4 as I'm back here. I didn't even really plan that, but it ended up being quite nice. I think I'm gonna try and sell to get to 2 silver, because well, let's just go double check if there's actually 2 spells. Most classes, I think, get 2 spells at level 4, and each cost 2 silver. But this might give us some gold now. Back the mug, 50 copper for that, but let's have a look here. Conjure Water and Frostbolt, rank 1. 80 to 20, and then reduce speed by 40%, and it's less mana. 88. Oh, it's way better. That's just like, well, it's like the range is bigger for Fireball, and and additional damage. So technically, it's best to sling a Fireball, and as that's in flight, sling a Frostbolt probably the optimal way to do it. So yeah, let's see if we can get an extra. Really don't I mean, that's slightly better than... We don't really want to sell our staff. It's actually pretty decent DPS. 7 copper there. Look here, 10 copper there. We only need 4 more. This should do it. There it is. Both skills. Because we really do need some water. So that's nice. Sit here and just make a whole thing of water. Put this in a hot bar. Yes, while I'm doing this, let's discuss a little bit about enchanting. Enchanting is not great in Classic WoW for if all you can do is give things to yourself. Yeah, it's not the best. You really have to grind a lot of levels just enchanting yourself for enchantments that you do not need and that kind of thing. So kind of gonna suck, and I feel like that's the kind of content that I just can probably should just skip over, or at least fast forward through the video of it, right? But even that, like, that takes up space on hard drives, that kind of video, and speeding through it, like, what is that really adding? So, you know, I think I might just, if I'm in a city, and do a profession thing and then just show you guys the updates after, you know, in between episodes. I think that's probably where I'm gonna land on for that, because especially for professions that are particularly uninteresting. Yeah, I think that's probably the right call. Let's continue making water, and let's get Frostbolt rank 1 on the hotbar, and make water up to 20 a stack, so I can drink quickly between every single fight. Gonna really speed us up after we've got a full stack here. Great. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna commit to doing that unless I get some bad feedback saying, no, that's not, you're not showing us everything. What if you die? What if you went off and... But see, the thing is that I'm never gonna record and not be adventuring and questing stuff. I'm never gonna be in danger at any moment and not recording. And you're just gonna have to trust me on that. I'm doing this challenge for my own benefit as well. So you're just gonna have to trust that that's how that's going. Yeah, Frostbolt sweet. Yeah, because I think, yeah, like doing, like, grinding profession, I think, and then also make every episode an hour of questing, right? It's an hour, every episode can be an hour of doing productive, like, XP gaining, right? Like questing, grinding mobs, something like that. And then that way, not every single episode is so, because, like, if I'm getting every profession to 300 as well, like to max, that's gonna be like a lot of the content, and I think that is just, it's just too boring. It's just simply too boring to watch and watch me do that, I think. And fast forwarding through the content, what does that really add, you know, at the end of the day? What's that really doing other than just taking up a ton of space on my hard drives in terms of recording lengths, right? So I think that's the play. In between episodes, like, you know, for these stun characters, I'm not going to run to the main city to get my professions off camera. That's going to be part of the adventure. But if I'm ever grinding, because, I mean, that's dangerous, technically speaking, you know, I could die, theoretically, going from the inn in the Goldshire to Stormwind, technically speaking, that is dangerous, right? So, this is in the wrong order, but that's fine. And yeah, so the reason I should actually, yeah, let me go back. I'm going to explain why I'm doing a Firebolt and Frostbolt, not just sticking to one. So the reason I'm doing that is because you can see that on the bottom right, the Firebolt, or Fireball, does 15 to 24 damage for 30 mana at a 1.5 second cast. So it's a little bit more mana than Frostbolt. Does a little bit more max damage, but can do less damage. But then it deals an additional 2 damage over 4 seconds, so an extra 2 damage on top of that. So the minimum is practically only one less than Firebolt or Frostbolt, the maximum is quite a bit higher. Shit, I was explaining, and this guy ran away. And so the reason I do this then is to get more damage on him, ticking over the next 4 seconds, and then I hit him with a Frostbolt to slow him down as he comes towards me. So that's kind of why I'm doing that. And the reason I'm casting the Fireball first, because it has longer range for one, and while it's in flight, I can start to cast the Frostbolt. And I don't need them slowed until they're just a little bit closer to me. Can't wait till I get a wand. Really gonna be nice to have. I started killing this guy when I didn't have enough mana to kill this guy. Whoops. This gnome's little toes are probably freezing. Took away his shoes. It's quite rude of me when you think about it. We'll bring back the mug. Oh yeah, it's fine. I don't need to hand that in yet. Fireball's range is like significantly farther. Extra 5 yards. 35 range is ridiculous. Oh, I forgot to drink again. Really annoying. But yeah, I think that that's the best way to do this, is that in between episodes, I'll be doing housekeeping stuff, mailing stuff to characters, doing professions safely in town, that kind of stuff. And then at the start of every episode, I'm in an inn, in a town, ready to go on an adventure. Ready to go do an objective, go do some quests. I think that's going to be the most fun thing, most interesting content. And also, I'm not going to cut any dangerous content. No danger is going to be had. No risk is going to be taken off camera with these characters. All the off camera stuff will be safely in towns, no risk at all, and I'll log in and log out in the same town, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think that's definitely the move, or else it'll just be, especially for the people who have way more time intense professions, they'll just fall so far behind the rest of the pack. If I need to do an hour, like their episode for that whole week is just them blacksmithing or something like that, you know, that would be kind of silly, wouldn't it? I think this rogue sniped the bucket of bolts or whatever it's here. Oh, there it is. Chest. Yeah, I think that's a really good system that alleviates a lot of my concerns about the content. If every episode is guaranteed to be interesting, or not guaranteed to be interesting, but is not guaranteed to be uninteresting, as some of them would be if I didn't kind of pull back a little bit on filming everything and showing everything. So in terms of timing here, we're about level 4, halfway to level 5 in about half an hour of gameplay. It's not horrible. I think that's a little bit ahead of Hunter yesterday, so that's good at least. Mages are pretty fast, especially once you get Conjure Water. You have no issues with mana. You can just burn things down in 3 seconds. No, 4 seconds. Yeah. 6 seconds. A short amount of time, relatively speaking. Okay. Well, I ate some shoes from my boy, Hammy. I'm gonna call this guy Hammy. Full name Hamical. Good. I like it. I typically don't like to play gnomes, but I mean, just for efficiency purposes, that warlocks and mages, both gnomes are the best alliance races for both of them. So I knew that was the case, and so I just knew that if I, especially as soon as I decided that I was going to play 2 every race, that gnomes were going to be the casters for sure. I thought for a moment I might do gnome rogue, but I think both gnomes being casters just makes sense. Like both thematically, they got, you know, they typically are casters, and also just like they have high intellect, which is great for casters, obviously, and other races are better suited for other roles for sure. So. Hit level 5, so if I want to hit level 6 after handing in these two quests, we're actually, I think we're pretty on pace for that. Got 2 quests to hand in, and I still got to fight my way to the back of the cave and then back out. So I think just killing a couple extra guys in the cave might be all I need to do, and then we'll be good to go. Mage is pretty safe. I'm feeling pretty good about mage. As long as, like, honestly, as a mage, even this cave is a little sketch at this level because things can go wrong, right? So as a mage, I'm going to be avoiding caves a lot, like a lot, because it's really the only way you die is getting stuck in a cave. As long as you're in the open world and you can blink away, freeze people, blink away, it's pretty hard. You have to get yourself in a real bad spot to die as a mage, right? Similar to, you know, hunter and, even, I would say priest and paladin are up there too in terms of like being able to escape and having self heals and stuff like that. Mage is pretty similar. You know, you got Frost Nova, you have Bubble, you have Blink. Things can go wrong, absolutely. Like if you run out of mana and you have people on melee on you, you're in a bad spot. But as long as you play cautious, play things slow, you should be okay. Keep your spell gems, always have one. Have that all ready to go at all times. Have your mana topped up at all times. Not like what I'm doing right here. This is bad. I should be really truly drinking up to max every single pull. Like really. That is really what you should be doing because you never know when things are going to go wrong. Just literally about to break my own rule as I say it. I'm just going to also reply my buffs, then drink. Yeah. So we're going to have to kill this guy. But yeah, mage is I'm feeling pretty cautiously optimistic about mage. I as long as I don't take any risks, any major risks, like going into caves that I'm not sure about, that kind of stuff, or honestly caves at all. Like I'm really just gonna try and avoid caves. It's really dangerous. Unless I'm supremely over leveled for a cave, or just kind of skirting around the outside, like just poking inside, just clearing like the first couple mobs in the cave, and then heading out, then doing that again. If I just need to kill mobs in a cave, that's probably how I'll do it. Won't go deep in a cave because things respawn behind you, things respawn on top of you, pats come, you pull an extra mob, you start to run, pull more mobs. It's a disaster. It is just an absolute disaster. So yeah, I'm gonna kill a few extra mobs here. I probably should get myself to half XP in this cave. That would probably be appropriate. I did the thing again where I didn't regen mana at the end of the fight. Gonna have to get used to that while I'm doing this. Playing this character. Yeah, because even right now, like I'm at 60% life. I mean, I'm about to kill this guy, but if I had accidentally pulled an extra guy here, something like that, would have been dangerous. Would have been dangerous. And that's just, we can't be having that. We can't be having that. Let's go back to talking about, I'm just going to briefly touch back, and I'm not sure if I finished my thoughts about enchanting. Yeah, because then I started talking about different episode lengths and stuff like that, and cutting things like that, yeah. So enchanting itself, the actual enchanting profession, it's fine. Yeah, it's nice to have those extra benefits. It makes wands, which is really the main good thing I'm going to be getting from that, especially early on, is the wands. Because wands are, you can buy some from vendors, you can get some from quests, you get some world drop wands, but you really need wands, especially on priests and mages. Warlocks you can kind of go without a wand for a few levels, but you still want one. Still way better than not having one. Oh dear. I should have regen mana. But later on enchanting, leveling it up to max, getting to Uldaman, getting to the end of Uldaman as a mage, is that a realistic problem? Or not getting to the end, getting to where the enchanting trainer is. I think that's fine. Near the, like, if I need to wait till I'm 60 to do that, that should be fine. But I think as a mage, you should be able to get to that point in Uldaman before you're 60. I think. I'm actually not sure. I'll have to test the waters on that at some point. Obviously later in the career of this mage. But it's gonna have to be done. So if I end up not being able to do it on a mage, I'm gonna have to find a class I can do it on, make them the enchanter, and have to grind back up enchanting on that character. So, and don't tell me if you think it's not possible in mage. I don't want to hear that in the comments, because that's my thing to figure out. You know, like I said, I don't want any extra reason, I want extra help. So if it's not possible in mage to do that, which I'm pretty sure must be a possible, it's not that high level of dungeon. If it's not possible though, that's for me to learn and struggle with. Now I'm kind of worried. I think I'll be okay though. I think I'll be okay. What class do I think will be best to solo dungeons? Probably like paladins, druids, like feral druids that can heal themselves, and then bear, and like be totally fine. Any rogue, I guess. All you gotta do is clear that one room, then don't need to worry about everything else if you have good stealth capabilities. Warlock, hunter, yep, they would definitely be able to do that fine. Mage, it's kind of sketchy, even if like I have the power to do it. Just if one thing goes wrong, if I'm in a bad spot and I'm not able to get out of the dungeon, like it's kind of sketchy. So I'm still gonna make my mage my enchanter. Now I'm really second guessing myself. Now I'm actually. Should I just make the warlock the enchanter then? You know, like, because the warlock definitely would be able to do it. Absolutely no doubt. A demonology warlock with a void walker, no doubt would be able to solo all of them in. Maybe the whole thing at near max level. And that's actually something I'm really excited about for hunter and warlock, is maybe trying to solo some content that I would never attempt on other classes because of the pet. Might be a bit dangerous, but I think as a warlock and hunter, I think they're both, I would say that it's not very controversial to say that they are the strongest of the classes, of the two classes, or of the 8 classes, strongest 2. In terms of survivability and escaping, or not necessarily escaping, but just like survivability and ease of use in a hardcore challenge. Some others come close, like priest and paladin, in terms of like ways to not die. But warlock and hunter, you can really do things that no other classes can do because of that pet. Having a pet is an irreplaceable kind of facet of that class, of those classes. I did say I was gonna try and get to like half, so let's kill a few more of these guys. Well, let's go a little bit more than half. I can't remember. I should have actually paid attention when I was doing the paladin. At at what point these last 2 quests, how much XP they gave me. So I think I might actually need to. I'm pretty sure these 2 quests won't give me half a level in their entirety. So let's get to a little above half then, actually. A little bit more extra grinding. We're only at 40 minutes in the episode though, so I think it's a decent time. They're all going to be roughly the same. No classes way faster in Starting Zone. Some have some little edges and stuff like that, but I don't think anyone's very much closer. Again, no bags so far. No bags on the Hunter, and now I can't remember actually if I got bags on the Paladin. But yeah, no bags on this guy yet either, and we're nearing the end. So that's a little disappointing, I gotta say. Getting no bags on potentially 3 of 4 characters in the Starting Zone is it's gonna be tough. But this guy has a tailor, and getting cloths sent to him from other characters that don't need it, gonna be able to make some bags for everybody. So that'll be nice. That'll be nice. Yeah, actually, you know what? Yeah, now that I've thought about it more, I think I'm gonna make. I can always send my enchant because I'm, allowing sending stuff to other characters, so I can send my green items to enchanters. So they don't need to be a production, you don't need to combine a production profession to make green items with the enchanter. So I can make the warlock an enchanter and not a tailor. I can make this person a tailor and something else. I think that's what I'll do. I think that's the correct choice. Just to guarantee that going into Uldaman to get enchanted training is not an issue. And oh my god, I'm not gonna be able to look up how much gold I'm gonna need to bring in, what level range exactly. I'm gonna need to go in there multiple times, almost certainly, unless I just wait till I'm gonna have to go in multiple times. I think I don't remember. I don't think I've ever actually. Maybe I've done it once, actually maxed out enchanting on a classic. I might never have. It's possible I never have. So, yeah, that. So I don't have that prior knowledge. That's something I know it exists. I know where it is, but I don't have much knowledge in the actual what you get from the trainer and how often you need to go back, or like how many times you how many materials. Like theoretically, you should just bring all the materials in to enchant all the things you need to do to level up all at once, all right there, right? But I'm gonna have no idea. I'm gonna have absolutely no idea what to bring in. I probably should plan to bring in all my mats, I guess. But wow, yeah, didn't even consider that. So that's gonna be annoying. So I guess, yeah, the other thing I guess I gotta choose now is this person's gonna be a tailor, and then what? Could just make a gathering profession. I'm gonna need some of those. Could make them an engineer just to give them a bit more survivability, but I don't think I need that. I think I'd rather them at least start as a gathering profession, right? Yeah, I think so. And that's another thing I need to also go back and say that profession grinding, only crafting and stuff like that. No gathering I'm gonna do off screen. There's not gonna be any profession gathering like mining or herbing out in the world off screen, because that is technically a dangerous task, or it can be. So I will be all my gathering and stuff will be done on during gameplay. Hopefully, I have enough gatherers and enough gathering being done kind of passively as I'm just questing normally, that I'm not going to have to do much grinding to get like ore, herbs, and skins. Although I know I'm going to have to do some of that for ore. Yeah, there's no doubt that's going to have to happen. But that's pretty far off, so like if I have at least like 2 miners for like 2 professions, or 3 miners for like a blacksmith or engineer, that'll be enough copper and tin, and like even up to like, I think iron is when things start to get a pinch. That's kind of the bottleneck for a lot of professions, and then mithril for blacksmithing is really a bottleneck. Okay, my inventory is super full. I think I'm probably close enough that these 2 quests will level me up. If not, I'll be really close. So let's hand these quests in and get the heck out of Cold Ridge Valley. It's been cool, but yeah, we're good here. I'm actually just going to discard these conjured water to make room here for what I believe. No, I actually didn't need to do that, but I'm not going to be. I don't know if this last quest will get me 3.5 bars. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. Little teleport back to town, just speed things up a bit. Yeah, it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight. We'll see. We'll see. So yeah, I can make this mage. I can make them a tailor miner, a tailor skinner, tailor herber, or tailor engineer, and kind of have them be cannibalizing ore from someone else. That might be something I do later. It might be something I. So we didn't get there. That's fine. That might be something I might start everyone with some gathering just to get me off the ground. That's probably, unless someone's like a tailor enchanter or something like that. Everyone should have at least one gathering profession. I would think. I would have to think. Just to help get my stocks, up on all those materials that I'm gonna need quite a considerable amount of. Probably not a bad idea to at least start everyone off, even if everyone doesn't end up staying as all those professions. At least having every character be doing some kind of gathering, I think is probably a good idea. I will be right back, friends. I'll just have to do something. Okay, sorry about the cut there in the video. Had to step away for a moment. But obviously in the starting zone, no danger, so don't think anyone's gonna get too mad at me for that kind of cutting the video there. As we're just gonna kill a couple things on our way out of the starting zone to get to level 6 before we hit the inn. I think the quest up here that we handed in, plus some mobs in the cave, should do it for sure. Yeah, this has been a pretty nice episode. I think what I'll do is the same thing I did on the Paladin. Once I get to this cave, the walk to the inn, kind of just let us enjoy the ambience, maybe hide the UI, that kind of thing. I think I like that idea. I think I'm going to start doing that for all the characters. Just when I'm walking long distance, not doing anything particular, just kind of maybe turn up the music, turn up the sound. Just kind of let the atmosphere take us in. Definitely not going full RP or anything on these characters because I'm trying to be efficient and play well and use all the advantage I have. With RP, I think you kind of don't necessarily do that. I've never actually RP'd in WoW ever really, but I still like kind of taking in the atmosphere and taking in the ambiance of the game time to time as well. So definitely not opposed to making it a bit cinematic at times. It doesn't need to be all about the gameplay all the time, or have me talking all the time over everything. Yeah, and the other thing I was actually thinking about, because I did fiddle with the audio settings. I think it does sound a little better. Sounds a bit more podcasty. It's just fiddle the settings of my mic, and the sound processing that I use, stuff like that. So it's definitely different. I think it's better. You hear a little less background clicking, and it's quieter when you do, as far as I can tell. Open to suggestions on ways I can change that. So just let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions or need to know what kind of gear I have, what kind of setup I got. But I think it sounds better, and I think... Alarm started going off on my phone. Whoops. Yeah, but let me know what you think, and doing voiceovers after the fact would alleviate all the clicking, right? Because I wouldn't be doing any clicking if I would just focus on the gameplay. I might do that from time to time. We'll see how that goes. We'll see. I'll try that once or twice, and kind of see how that ends up feeling and how that works. Like I said earlier, that would take more time out of me, but I think that's okay. All right, for the rest of this episode, until we get to the end, I'm just gonna let us enjoy the hike to Karados. Okay, here we are. Hamicles made it to Karanos Inn. It's gonna enjoy a cold one for the next 8 days. Rest up, recuperate. As we'll come back to him around that time, and we'll see where adventures take us. We'll probably get our professions next and explore around Dunmore. But until next time, I'll see you guys tomorrow. For the next character. We're going back to the human starting zone. Very exciting. Riveting gameplay. Alright. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you could like and leave a comment and subscribe if you'd like to see more. I would really appreciate that. And I'll see you next time. Thanks.